What's going on, everyone? So today I thought I'd do a video on my Stihl 271 Farm Boss chainsaw. We're just gonna talk about what I like about it, like the pros and cons. I just want to do another like my thoughts video because maybe a year ago I did the MS251 Wood Boss video and that got really good views. So I was like, I'm gonna give my thoughts on this saw, and I've owned it for a while. This is a saw I actually own. So yeah, we're just gonna dive into it and we're gonna talk about everything about this chainsaw. So I hope you enjoy. All right, so this is what my 271 looks like. This is a 50cc chainsaw with it weighs about 12.8 pounds, just the power head. You can put a 16 to 20 inch bar on it. I have a 20 inch on it right now. Now this is a farm and ranch saw. When I looked at purchasing a bigger saw, prior to owning a bigger saw, I had the MS180, which was a really good saw, but it's just small. It's only, you know, about 30 cc's, and this is 50, so you gain 20 or so more. And I was like, I need a bigger saw. I need something that can cut bigger wood, that can actually full-on fell a tree, buck it up, and, you know, limb it if I want. And this is the saw I decided on. I paid just around 400 bucks for this. Got a great deal on it because I did work at our local hardware store for a little while, and I decided to pick this up for a nice holiday sale. So anyways, that's about the specs on it. It has been a great saw so far. This thing has seen a lot of firewood, and I've owned it for just under a year now. It'll be a couple months, and it'll be a year. I got it last Thanksgiving sometime. I put a lot of hours on it, and it's been a really good saw. So I'm just gonna go over some of the features I really like. Let's see. I do like the flip caps, the toolless fuel and oil caps are really easy. This is the same as on the 251 when I reviewed that. Oil caps, oil, fuel. The anti-vibration system's really nice. You got lots of springs on this guy. One right there too. Go around to the other side. I like you have bar nuts on this, 2 bar nuts. I haven't had any issues with the bar nuts coming off or anything like that. Chain is easy to tension. It's got a winter and summer shutter in there to let preheated air into the carburetor so it doesn't freeze. You got your high and low jet and your idle jet. And what else do I really like about the saw? The handle's pretty comfortable. The ergonomics is nice. The chain brake's like really easy to engage. You can just bump it. Some other saws have been sticky. It's probably just because you don't clean them enough. So right now I have a 20 inch bar on here. And it came with an 18. And that 18 is over here. This is this small little 50 gauge. So you can look at the difference between these two. This one's a lot narrower. This is the new Farm Boss designed bar and the new light bars. So you're gaining, you know, 2 more inches, which is nice. But the biggest thing is this is a thin bar. I use this bar mainly for cutting aspen, spruce, Doug fir, I'd say softwoods. It's really nice. And this I use for cutting cedar. I've cut a lot of cedar with this chainsaw, and it's held up really well. I got this bar given to me, and I gave it a file around the edges, and the 20 inch is nice just for that extra length. And the 63 gauge chain on this guy is a lot thicker. I really do like that, the thick chain to chew through cedar and stuff, where the bark can pull your chain and stuff. Let's see. I run really good fuel in in all my chainsaws. I run a 91 non-ethanol gas with HP Ultra Oil, and no issues on fuel. It oils. The power's amazing. When it was stock, I didn't leave it stock for very long. Couple months. I have not waited till the warranty goes out to do upgrades. I've done upgrades before then just because I wanted to. In its stock form, it ran really good. I only cut a little bit of aspen and some pine with it. When I first test cut with it, it was still breaking in, you know, and then I cut a lot of aspen, and then I started cutting cedar for a friend, and I was like, this thing, I need some better felling spikes or dogs. So I ordered these off eBay, and these bolt onto this side, and the nice thing is they're double spikes here. Let me give you a better look at these. These are sweet. These were like 30 or 40 bucks off eBay, and didn't have to do too many modifications to make these fit. One goes on the chainsaw side, and one goes on the sprocket cover. These give you a lot more leverage, and just you can spike into thick bark and stuff. I really like these. So I added that, and then I was like, the stock saw itself it's good, but it took forever to warm up, and it was boggy for sure, and it needed some airflow work. You're dealing with that teeny little exhaust port right there. I mean, you can't see in there, but like, it's the side, it's teeny. It's that hole back in there. I was like, this thing needs to flow a little bit better. So I added a West Coast saw power port, and that is right there. Bolted that on the side. It's got the spark screen in there and everything, and that is a sweet modification. That made this chainsaw a lot louder and just noisier, but it let it flow a lot better. I also did an air mod. I'm actually not going to open that up right now, but you take the filter off, and there's a bunch of baffles around there, and I cut all those out, and I retuned it. And after doing those mods, the spikes, the muffler mod, and then the air work and a longer bar, this chainsaw runs really good. It kind of runs like a ported saw. I'll fire it up for you guys so you can hear it. But yeah, it's a really good saw. Like, it's perfect if you cut 2 to 4 cords, 2 to 3 cords of wood a year. In its stock form, it's totally fine too. It pulls a 20-inch no problem. An 18 is perfect. And the power is great. It's definitely on the heavier side, you know. It's heavy with a 20-inch bar. It's nose heavy. So you can see it just kind of dips down like that. But really no issues. Only when I first got it, it was just a warm-up thing. I'd say these models just need a lot of time to warm up. Let them idle a couple minutes, and you'll be good to go. So I will start this up for you guys so you can just hear what it sounds. Hear what it sounds like with the mods, and I'll definitely do a separate video with a bunch of cutting, and we're going into firewood season, so I'll definitely start getting footage of this. So there you go, friends. It's got a lot of compression. Pulling this pull cord, I noticed it's got more compression with this muffler mod. It's sucking more air in. It's pushing more exhaust out. My throttle response is way more increased. It just gets up and goes and spins that 20-inch around like it's nothing. I love it. And the muffler is definitely a lot louder, but it's perfect for these style mufflers. The 291's got a muffler like this, the 271, the 311 and the 391. I'm sure there's a way to mod those too. So that's my overall thoughts on the saw. I'd totally recommend buying it if you are looking at one. I think even though it's that Farm and Ranch series, it's going to be a little bit cheaper than like a 261, a lot cheaper. It's still a solid saw. You know, we'll see about like how many years it holds up, but I expect to get lots of years out of this saw. So I hope you enjoyed my video. Please leave a comment down below if you got any questions or have any other suggestions or just like whatever on this saw, be happy to answer those, and we will catch you guys in the next one.